guys, it's Amanda with Eat Pray Crunch, and if you guys have been watching my videos this last week or so, you'll know that I am doing the Whole30 diet for the month of October this year. And if you want to know all the reasons for why I am doing it in the background and everything, as well as my meal plans and the rules for Whole30 and all of that, be sure to check out the cards in the description below. I will have all of those videos linked as well. But today I wanted to do a Costco haul since I got half of the foods that I'm going to need, or thereabouts, for my next month or so of doing this Whole30 diet. Now, this isn't going to cover the entire month, but some of these things will last that long, and I will go back to get more if I need to. But if you saw my meal planning video, you'll know that I am just buying a bunch in bulk and just having it all ready in my freezer, ready to go, so that I don't even have to think. I can just grab what I need and cook what I need to cook. So we did get a few other things as well, but I won't be showing those because I just wanted to show the things specifically that I am getting for the Whole30. So let's start over here. We have baby carrots, organic, and some organic butternut squash, and we've got little oranges, and sweet potatoes are going to be a staple. They are going to be probably my biggest source of starches that I'll be eating. I'll be making all sorts of things out of sweet potatoes. And back here I've got dried fruit and nuts. Now, I've read that you are supposed to go light on things like dried fruit and Lara bars and that kind of thing, especially if you have an addiction to sugar. You're supposed to avoid things like that, which helps retrain your brain if you really have those sugar cravings. For me, I know there are probably going to be some Whole30 zealots that get after me for this, but I really, with the way that we eat, it's a lot like this food as it is, and I feel like I really have pretty well cured my sugar addiction already with the real food, traditional Weston A. Price diet that we normally eat. So the sugar issue isn't as big for me. So given that, I am going to allow myself to have a little bit more dried fruit. Not a lot, I'll still eat it in moderation, but I am going to allow myself to have a little bit of that as well. So I did get these Biggie Pops, which are basically Lara bars. They are date-based, and it's all just dried fruit, nuts, seeds, coconut, that kind of thing. There'll probably be some other Whole30 zealots who will say that these kind of go against the having desserty kind of things, but I will be having these in moderation, and like I said, sugar is not my biggest problem, so I am going to be just a little bit lax on that one. So back here I also have some apricots and dried mango and pecans. Back here I have a boatload of bananas because I will probably be eating, you know, bananas for a snack if I'm feeling really hungry. Eat some with some almond butter, that kind of thing. And my family just eats a ridiculously large number of bananas. So good to have on stock. Down here I've got the Costco almond butter, and they said to get a lot of that because you'll be using it a lot as a protein source and eating it on fruit and vegetables and that kind of thing. And they also had this, which is an organic 7-nut and seed butter. And so you can look at the ingredients here. Let's see if we can focus on that. But it's dry roasted cashews, dry roasted almonds, dry roasted Brazil nuts, flax seeds, chia seeds, dry roasted hazelnuts, dry roasted pumpkin seeds, and Celtic sea salt. So I'd say those ingredients are pretty darn compliant, and I really like that it's a mix of different kinds, so you get a bunch of different nutrients with all those different kinds of nuts and seeds in there. Back here we have coconut oil. This is something we always have on hand anyway, and we're getting kind of low, and I'll be using this a lot in my cooking. So got more of that. Got some organic strawberries. This was one of the prepackaged things that I saw was on the compliant list, the holy guacamole. It's basically just really simple ingredients, avocado and salt and like a few other things. And so it is nice to have dippy things that are pre-made. So when I'm snacking on vegetables, I can just have something quick and easy to dip. So I like that. Over here, I also have fruit juice. Now, same as with the dried fruit, I will be probably consuming fruit juice very minimally, but I'm not going to completely restrict myself. I will allow myself to have just a little cup of fresh organic orange juice, and this is 100% juice. No added sugar in either of these. I probably won't drink this one as much, but we do make water kefir, and water kefir is on the okay list. So we do use this to sweeten our water kefir. So we got some of that. And finally, down here is all of the meat that we got. So since it is basically a paleo diet, it is a little more meat heavy, and we've got a little bit more meat than we usually would, and no dairy this time. So let's start back here. This Adele's sausage is actually one of the prepackaged foods that is on the okay list as well. I looked at the ingredients. There are a couple of the Adele's sausages that are not okay, like the pineapple and bacon one, because it has nitrates and nitrites in it. But this one and like the apple one is really good. I looked at the ingredients and they are compliant. And this one is actually organic too, which is even better. Now, this one is pretty darn good. They have this Hempler's natural bacon. I feel in terms of bacon that it's a pretty good source. The one downside is that there is a tiny amount of honey in it. Like I said, sugar isn't my biggest problem, and I'm probably not going to be even eating that much bacon during this whole thing anyway. You know, if I have it in 1 or 2 meals along the way, I'm not going to worry about that too much because it's such a small portion of the ingredients. And over here, I've got the organic ground beef and organic chicken breast. And this is probably the most expensive item we got here. And that is fresh wild Coho salmon. This is something we believe in anyway, and it is part of the Whole30 rules, is that you want to be getting really good sourced meat. And so especially with fish, especially with salmon, you want to be getting wild caught and not farmed. And especially from Alaska, it's some really clean waters up there. So we got 2 fillets there. That's probably the first thing I'm gonna cook actually, is some baked salmon. And got some smoked salmon back here. I actually just noticed that the ingredients on this one has brown sugar. So I guess I'll be feeding that to my family and not me, because it actually does have brown sugar added. But everything else in this haul is what I will be eating. So if you guys want to know a little bit more about how we eat on a regular basis, I have a whole playlist on real food and our organic gardening and that kind of thing. I'll put that up in the cards here if you want to check that out. And if you want to join me in this Whole30 diet, please subscribe to follow me on this journey. And if you're doing it as well, please leave a comment and let me know how it's going for you and what kinds of things that you have found. And have you gone to Costco? What have you found at Costco that's Whole30 compliant as well? I'd love to learn about more things if we need to make one more Costco run. And this is also a collab that I am doing with the ladies of the YouTube Mommy Meetup. The ladies in this group are also doing a weight loss journey, and I will have all of their channels linked below, so be sure to go on over and check them out. There are some other amazing ladies. They're doing different kinds of programs and whatnot, different from what I'm doing. So if this isn't your cup of tea, definitely be sure to check out one of their channels, because they might be more what you're looking for. Anyway, if you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.